Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace back again with another VideoDisc ads video. This video concentrating on DVD ads. Now I suppose you could call this a UK special because all the DVDs I have before me are of UK origin in one way or another. First up is a rom-com television series from 1970-71. I've been meaning to try this series for quite some time because of the female lead, Paula Wilcox. I love Paula Wilcox. Now, this series is called The Lovers. The first thing I ever saw her in came after this. It was a British sitcom called Man About the House. That series was remade in the US as Three's Company. But don't hold that against Man About the House because Man About the House is vastly superior to Three's Company. Now, according to the back of the case of The Lovers, when this series was originally telecast, it was rarely out of the top 10. It says on the front, the complete series. There are 2 discs. Disc 1 is the complete first series, and Disc 2 is the complete second series. Now, I was surprised when I noticed that all of Series 1 was directed by Michael Apted. Not too surprising, he's a British director, but I know him from directing such films as Gorky Park and Coal Miner's Daughter. I can't really give you an honest assessment of this series thus far because I've only seen 1 episode. Disc 1 is still loaded in my player, but this arrived just today, so I had that long to watch it. Running time 325 minutes. This is PAL Standard encoded for Region 2. Released by Network. This is release number 795245. Okay, next up I have some films that are part of what has to be the longest running film franchise, comedy-wise, in the UK, and maybe even in the world. Thus far, there have been 31 films in this franchise series. While the cast members pretty much stayed the same director, same writers, same producer, same music composer, although occasionally that would change. But 31 films in this series. Now, people out there who watch my channel that are in the UK have probably already guessed what I'm talking about. Because how many franchises produce 31 films? This is the Carry On series. This release, though, is from the US. So it's NTSC Region 1. Although it is stunning, absolutely stunning. American actor Phil Silvers is in the first one on the disc, Follow That Camel. And then the second film, which I haven't seen yet, but takes place during the French Revolution, Don't Lose Your Head. Now, Follow That Camel, that's the original UK title, was released in the US under the title Carry On in the Legion. It was released in '67, and Don't Lose Your Head was released in '66. Both are in widescreen on 1 disc. Okay, that was Volume 1. This is Volume 2. Carry On Up the Kuiper, I guess it is pronounced, and Carry On Doctor. I think there was supposed to be a Carry On Nurse, but I don't know if it was ever made or not. Okay, this, both released by VCI, and the first one I showed you is release 8771. This one is release 8772. Makes sense. Carry On Up the Kuiper was released theatrically in '68, and Carry On Doctor was released in '67. I am going to try and get all of the films in the Carry On series. This is volume 3. Carry On Camping and Carry On Again Doctor. Was there a Carry On Doctor? I don't remember. Anyway, Carry On Camping was released in '69 and was the 17th film in the Carry On series. Carry On Again Doctor was released in '69 and was the 18th film in the Carry On series. I believe the last one in the series was a parody of the Emmanuel erotic film series, and it was called, naturally enough, Carry On Manuel. I also believe it had the highest age requirement for getting in to see it when it was originally released. Anyway, I digress. Moving onward to a series that came just after Man About the House, starring Paula Wilcox. Miss Jones and Son. This is the complete first series. I love shows produced at Thames. I don't know why, but they were very big in the 70s, and I have a lot of shows done by Thames. This was released by Network. Release 795355, Region 2, PAL. And it has a synopsis for each episode and the original air date, which ranges from 18 April 1977 through to 23 May 1977. Miss Jones and Son. Miss Jones and Son, the complete second series. Also from Network, release 7953. Is that a 6? I think so. 37. Okay, and it runs 150 minutes. File standard, coded for Region 2, not for rental. And I noticed that the same producer produced Man About the House also. He was the same guy. Okay, now for something completely different, although still sticking with comedies. Mrs. Brown's Boys, Series 1. How to explain this series? I could do an entire video on this series. I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of breaking the fourth wall. Well, this show really goes all out in breaking the fourth wall. It breaks the fourth wall in ways you never thought the fourth wall could be broken. It's a very naughty series, though. She's played by a guy. And her daughter on the show is actually his husband. And her neighbor is played by his sister. And it's a whole soap opera thing, trying to explain it all and keep it straight in my head too. But I love this series. It's very funny, and my wife loves it also. In fact, one of the first breaking the fourth wall bits that they did was hilarious. They have 3 sets built on the soundstage right next to each other. One is the kitchen set, one is a bar set, pub, and the other is her living room or sitting room, whatever. Well, they start off in the kitchen, and the next scene they're in the pub, and then the person sitting brother says, "Where's your purse?" "I left it on the kitchen table." And she gets up and she goes around the dividing wall between the two sets, and the camera has to pull back and show the audience and everything. She runs in, grabs the purse off the kitchen table, then runs around back and sits down at the table. And I know I didn't do it justice, but it's that kind of thing, and I love it. This is Universal release 8282823, and I'm not sure whether this one was released in Australia or England. It's PAL standard, and it's the only DVD I have that's encoded for 3 regions. I have some that are encoded for regions 2 and 4, which would be England and Australia. Region 5, I believe, well, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is encoded for regions 2, 4, and 5. Hilarious. Mrs. Brown's Boys, the complete series 2. You can't see it, but it says British Academy Television Awards BAFTA winner. Very funny show. Although, it does get nasty. Universal, this is release 8288317. PAL standard encoded for region 2. Okay, this is Mrs. Brown's Boys, Series 3. The Mammy of Comedy. Anyway, this is Universal release 8294019. PAL standard encoded for regions 2, 4, and 5. Also, this has an end of series wrap tape on it, and deleted and extended scenes, alternative scene endings. All 3 discs have that sort of thing on them. So anyway, that is it for now. I have a lot of DVD ads to do in a subsequent video, but I thought I would grab a bunch of the ones that were from the UK and show you those. Until next time, stay awesome.